Today's going to be a very different day here on Pennies Not Perfection because it is Transfer Tuesday, but I am not contributing to all my goals today, and I am trying to decide if I want to rethink everything and change up all of my goals, not just one. So let's talk about it. I'm going to share the numbers and what I'm thinking because you guys are a great sounding board. Transfer Tuesday is all about keeping me accountable while also giving you guys a place to be accountable and be consistent with your financial goals as well. So let's look at our numbers and talk about our goals for 2023, what they are, and what we're doing today to get closer to achieving them all. Okay, so first we have 3 goals for 2023. One is to save up and pay for a Disney trip in cash flow it, make sure that we don't have any debt after, make sure that we're not going crazy and, racking up bills on credit cards because that does happen. And number 2, to max out my Roth IRA, which is $6,500 contribution for 2023. And number 3, save up $20,000 for a house down payment. And that last one is the one that I'm going to talk to you about later to decide if we want to change things, because I talked to a mortgage person today and, it's in my head to maybe make some changes. But first, let's look at the other goals. And actually, we're making a change already because on Disney, we are not contributing anything today to savings. And that is because it is time to start cash flowing some of the actual expenses. The cool thing about Disney is that a lot of what we're paying for is going to be paid for before we even go. And that means we are now about to purchase some stuff that I have to pay for now. And we're not going to put money in savings just to take it out. So we're going to cash flow that, which means probably the next few weeks, Disney's just not going to be on the list. So if you're watching and you don't see Disney in the next couple of videos, that's why. It's because we're paying for things as we go and we're paying for things every week and not putting anything into the savings account. So that's what's happening with Disney. Now we'll move on to the next goal, which is the Roth IRA. So saving from my Roth IRA, which has been going pretty well. I'm following my chart that I just every week pick a number off of. And lately it's been the lower numbers. And today it's also going to be a low number because in addition to paying for things for Disney, we are also paying for re-enrollment fees for my children to have childcare at preschool next year. Last week, we were at $630 contributed to my Roth IRA for the year. That's great. That's just putting in like 80, 75, 100, 115, like those kind of numbers every single week. And it really adds up. So we were at $630. Today we put in $75 contributed to the Roth IRA. And now we are at $705 contributed for 2023. And I have up until April of next year to put in $6,500 for the max. So I have a long time to do this. And that is actually leading into my next topic, which is maybe pausing this. Because I have until April, I am considering pausing almost everything and piling up money for our house down payment. That is because I talked to a mortgage person today and it went really well. We're actually in a much better place than I really thought, which of course makes sense because I'm always a little nervous about money, but we do all of the right things that I share here on the channel that I've learned that I am trying to help other people do. And he was really, really encouraging and said we're in a great place. However, he did have a couple things that I want to work on just because of our personal situation. And one of those is because I'm self-employed, I need to show that my income is going up and continuing upwards instead of going down. So I did not necessarily do as many videos or work as much last year just because of some physical stuff. And I am going to have to change that because in the first 5 or 6 months of the year, he said that for underwriting, he really wants to show that my business is going up. So therefore, I need to make more money. That is my goal for that. That is one of the big, huge takeaways from that conversation is I just need to make sure that I can show and prove that my income is going up, that we are trending upwards, that we are doing well. And based on my tax returns for the last 2 years, that it's not going down from those numbers because the last 2 years, it's been pretty good. It's been steady. And as long as I can show that we are still, making that much money or even doing way better, we'll be in a great position. And that is what I need to do. So that was really the main takeaway from our conversation. The other things that we kind of talked about were a bigger down payment. So if we need at least 5%, he kind of went over that with me. And so that means we probably have the amount for the lower price range. If we were aiming for a $400,000 house, we probably have that already. Actually, we do have that already. Then of course, we're gonna need money for closing costs, another 10K or so for closing costs and all of that. So honestly, we do need more money saved up, and the more money saved up, of course, the lower the mortgage we take out, which is better for us in the terms of payment per month. So not only do I need more money coming in, but I need more money saved. These are all obvious things, right? Like, of course, it makes sense. So that leads me to the idea of potentially pausing my Roth IRA, pausing pretty much everything, and just piling up as much money as possible, making as many useful videos as possible so that I can generate more income, and just generally like going really hard for like 5 or 6 months on this and getting as far into it as I can, and then meeting with him again, reevaluating, and maybe even potentially buying a house this year instead of waiting another year. It's definitely something to consider. So moving on, let's look at the numbers we actually did today. And because of that preschool situation that I mentioned before, we don't have a lot of money to put in this account today. So it was really funny to talk to him and then look at my transfers, because I was like, oh, today is not a good representation of our situation. Anyway, every dollar counts, every little bit counts, and that is what I've like said forever here on the channel, and it is so true, because the little amounts you put in consistently over time really do add up. Therefore, we started this week with $1,010 as our house down payment balance, and I put in $20.50. $20.50, that was from some resale stuff and what I had in my Venmo account. So $20.50 went toward this today. That left us with a balance of $1,020.60. Then because it was so low, I was like, oh no, I gotta put more money in. So I just did the bank account challenge, where I take the last digit of my checking account and just move it over, because that is an amount that is okay. I know it won't break us because we have a checking account little cushion. So I made sure that I moved that $9 over, so I felt a little bit better about my contribution today. So we're now at $1,029.60. It does feel rough to have a lot of expenses right now and try to be hitting these big goals. And of course, now I'm thinking of maybe like chopping off some of the goals for now to focus on one, and I just really can't decide what we're gonna do yet. But I'm always open to opinions. That's why I put my money on the internet, because I like getting feedback. So if you think we should cut out all the other goals and save up for a house down payment and just pile as much money as possible, let me know in the comments. And if you think we should just like chill out and continue what we're doing and just work on it over time, that's cool too. Let me know. I think both could work out and be good plans. So I'm curious what you personally think we should do. Let me know in the comments. All right, and let's see. Comment Club, if you watched this far, type down below, make more money, because sometimes the solution to the problem is to make more money. Not always. I don't think everyone needs to make like huge amounts of money. I don't think everyone needs to be like rich or killing themselves physically to make big amounts of money, but sometimes making more money really does help. Making more money like can solve a lot of problems. And I feel like right now we are in a situation where I want all of the things, and the only solution, the only way I can get that is to make more money. So that's kind of the solution right now, make more money. So yeah, I'm off to edit this video, and then I will be making more videos because we need to make more money, and I am feeling really good about YouTube and the possibility to make more money on YouTube, because there's always a possibility. I actually shared a video on my 1.5 year update on how much money I basically made in the last year since I quit my job, and it's on my other channel because I've decided to move all of my content creation and tutorials and stuff to that channel, so we only talk about money here. But if you want the update, it'll be up here, so you can click on it, and I will see you in the next video next Tuesday. Bye guys.